him completely. What does it mean to trust in him? It means to hold on to his word unflinchingly, meaning that you hold on to his word in the oddest of times. It means you hold on to God's word in the midst of hopelessness. That's what it means to trust in the Lord. That in the midst of hopelessness, when there is no basis for which you should hold on to his word any longer, you are still holding on to his word in the midst of hopelessness. When you do that, you are trusting in God. And that means that you are judging God faithful. Are we together? Holding on to God's word, even when it doesn't make sense. Sometimes, it may not make sense to some other people when somebody is holding on to God's word. But you see, some other times, beyond the fact that it doesn't make sense to some other people, it may not even make sense to the individual himself. Did you get that? Did you get that? Yeah. If you do not have a word from the Lord, you will bow to the voice of the devil. Are you with me? You will bow to pressure. There are situations you go through that the only thing that can keep you going as a child of God is access to a thus saith the Lord. A word from God. So what situation are you in right now? Where are you right now in your life? I beg you, seek to hear from God what he has to say. When you hear from him, and you can hear from, he can minister to you through any medium. But just ensure that you secure a word. When you secure that word, hold on to that word. Even when every other thing is contrary to that word, hold on to the word. It might not be so easy, but it is possible. Are you with me? If you are interested in being a victorious Christian, you can't do without this. Hello? So in Acts chapter 27, from verse 20, we see that there was a great tempest. Paul and other prisoners and officers and other people were sailing. They were traveling on sea. Yes? Acts 27, media. And they started experiencing fierce storm. I think the name is Ecolion or something like that. They called it a name. You know, I wonder how people come about naming these things. When there's a disaster, they will name it. They say hurricane. One is even Hurricane Katrina. What did concern Katrina and hurricane? The fire hazard, whatever, they will name it. A storm, they will name it. This one too, they named it. I think it should be maybe in the earlier verses. Say a collion or something. Media, check it for me, something like that. Well, that's not the focus. Are you here? So there was fierce storm. And in verse 20, it says, now, please follow this closely. When neither sun nor stars appeared for many days. Think about this. Neither what? Sun nor stars appeared for many days. Look at me, look at me. They were in a situation that for many days they didn't see sun. Neither did they see star. So where were they? Think about it. Where were they? They didn't know when it was day. They didn't know when it was night. Where were they? And why were they in that condition? He says, and no small tempest beat on us. All hope that we would be saved was finally given up. Can I have NIV or NLT? So you will get the point clearly. Have you been in a situation where you didn't know day or night? You have gone for many days and you didn't know when the day dawned or broke. You didn't know when it was dusk. When neither sun nor star appeared for many days and the storm continued raging, we finally gave up all hope of being saved. You need to judge God faithful, because in the midst of storms and crises, you will need him. You will need that your trust in him. Have you been in an aircraft and there was serious turbulence? So because of the storm, the ship had capsized. They were in the midst of water. If they didn't see sun, if they didn't see star, it means that storm was very fierce that it swallowed them up. He said neither sun nor star appeared for many days. And the storm continued raging. Can I see NLT? I asked for NLT or NIV. Maybe TPT as well. And message, possibly. After the men had, 20, please. Verse 20. NLT now. I think this was the one you gave us earlier. Whoever is on that console, be smart. Follow us. It says, the terrible storm raged for many days. Read the remaining. Blotting out the sun and the stars. So it was the storm that caused it. The storm raged to the point that they couldn't see sun. They couldn't see star. Until what? Until at last. So they were hoping. 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 Finally, they got to a point where it became clear to them. Say your last prayer. I saw a video. I think it's, I don't know. But I just stumbled on the video where there was fierce turbulence. And it looked like a plane was going to crash. The man was seated with his wife. He now said, I have to tell you the truth before I die. It's obvious we will not make it. The pilot had announced. Everybody call on your God, say your last prayer. Say, I have to tell you the truth. I've been cheated on you. I have a baby with this one, that. I tell you the truth. Then the woman to say, I also need to tell you, all our children are not your children. They belong to the security man. Say, well, it's okay. Since we are going to die, we are saying the truth. And then the pilot announced, we are no longer crashing. Everything has been cleared. The man shouted, we should crash, oh! That was the state of these guys. For many days, the storm. And you might be here now. It look like the way storms of life are hitting you, you are not seeing sun and star. There's hope for you. Are you with me? They got to the point where all hope was gone. This was, okay, let's go. Can I see message?